It's the BillyJoe podcast, where the truth gets told. Stories from the heart, yeah, the vibe is bold. Talking real life, breaking through the pain. Every single episode, a change in the game. Billy and Joe, they bring the real talk. From the struggles and the wins to the late night walks. Voices of the people putting truth on blast. No filters, no masks, just facts that last. They shine a little light when the world feels cold. Conversations raw, turning stories to gold. From mental health battles to the dreams we chase.
G'day legends, welcome to another episode of the BillyJoe podcast. I am Joe.
And I'm Billy.
Guys, thank you again for joining us. This is our last episode of our season 1. Billy, can you believe it?
We made it, Joey.
You know, late Feb was episode 1. We were in my seedy boardroom in the showroom.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
We had 4 white walls and to see where this year has brought us, we're absolutely honoured. We're absolutely blessed. And what a way to end our season 1, then come into the beautiful town of Griffith. The people here are just something else.
Very special, mate. Very special. Beautiful people, mate. Felt right at home from the start, from the get-go. I love Griffith. It's not my first time here, but every time I come here, it's all love, Joey, and I get the same feeling every time I come and every time I leave too, bro. So it's all because of the peoples.
Mate, my first time here, and we were just saying, on the way in this morning, like I felt at home from the get-go. I didn't once get looked at like I was, you know, an alien out of space.
An outsider?
Yeah.
Yeah, same, bro.
You go to the northern beaches, it's a bit different.
And you're still in Sydney.
Yeah.
And you're still in Sydney. You get looked at, a bit funny, but
this is. We couldn't have asked for a better place to end our season 1. Now, for our hardcore followers, you know why we started this. I've lost 2 people in my life due to self-harm, as has Billy. And it got to a point where we said, you know what, fuck this, enough's enough. We can't change the world, Billy. But our motto's always been, if one episode can change one person, then we're happy with that.
we've done our job.
Yeah. We're coming up to 50 episodes. I can safely say we've received hundreds of text messages. Not only guys, but females reaching out saying, thank you for doing what you're doing. You're helping us in this way and in that way. We ran an episode probably a month ago. And this one fucking hurt me, and we didn't even know the kid. A kid by the name of Johannes. He was a South Sydney junior. He went to Joey's, is that right?
Joey's Hunters Hill.
Joey's in Hunters Hill.
Yeah.
When news started filtering about his tragic death, it actually rattled me. And we spoke about it, Billy, and I said, mate, I can't let this one go. Like, the kid was 19 years old. At 19, mate, I was thinking what club I wanted to go to, what holiday we were planning next with the boys. It's not something that a 19-year-old should be thinking about. Then thankfully his mate Luke put up a post and was starting a run and reached out to Luke. Long story short, Luke ends up on our podcast. A gut-wrenching episode, Billy.
Indeed.
And then from that, the messages were coming in thick and fast. But there was one message that sort of hit hard. And it was a message from a lady by the name of Erin. I'm sorry, guys. This is as our followers know, it does get pretty hard at times, and we've had some tears shared on our podcast before, and I don't think today's going to be any different. Erin sent a message. Now, Erin's a local from Griffith, and this is why we're here. And it was funny when Erin messaged, she mentioned that she knew of Johannes. So the story of Johannes and Luke coming onto our podcast was very familiar to her, and that there was a connection. And this connection was made through another beautiful soul that we've lost. And that name was of a young man of the name that goes by Mac Mitchell. We got talking, and I go to Erin, mate, can you come onto the podcast? Would love to have you on. Me thinking that everyone lives in Sydney. Everyone lives in Marylands. I go, mate, would love to have you on. She's like, yeah, awesome. Let's do it. I'm like, right, what are you doing this Wednesday? She's like, well, I live 6.5 hours away. And I was like, right, what about we'll get you a room? Because obviously when we shoot at night, we knew it would be almost impossible to get back home when you're 6 hours away. And then we had that light bulb moment, and I said, Billy, Dan, man, let's take this to the country. I don't want this done in the studio because I'm fucking sick and tired of shit not getting done. I'm sick and tired of young men, even men. And we're going to touch on the topic of farmers. But I'm sick and tired of men thinking that there's no other option. Because I can promise you there's a million other ways to do things. So one thing led to another. We've organised the bus, we've organised the driver. Dan spent about half the day packing the equipment. Erin was on the blower. Erin, we can't thank you enough for what you have done. Thank you so much for making this happen. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. A massive, massive shout out to Griffith Leagues Club. Fucking wow. As I understand it, Erin just drove in, took time out of her day, rocked up, spoke to a manager, gave them a 5-minute rundown of who we are, what we do, what we want to do, and they were automatically on board. They didn't think twice. They've given us this beautiful space. They're even catering this event, which please, if you can hang back at the end, would love to share a bite with you guys and get to know who you are. But Griffith Leagues Club, we can't thank you enough. Let me just go quickly, get the formalities out of the way. It's Simple Finance, Joseph Dayoud. Mate, we can't thank you enough for sponsoring this event. Without you, we couldn't have made our way up here. Quantum Scaffolding, Rich, mate, I fucking love you, bro. Just whatever I've ever done, you've always had our back. Mate, I can't thank you enough. And also a special shout out to Danny from Pinpoint Electrical. This guy, mate, every time he knows we're doing something, he just wants to throw his money. He wants to throw his money.
Big supporter, Danny.
Massive supporter.
He just messaged me now.
Yeah.
I was just saying it. It's pop up on my screen.
He's an absolute gentleman. Always backing us. Now, I'm going to get right into it. Without further ado, there's two special guests we want to bring up. Catanzariti. See, I said it perfectly earlier, and now I've just screwed it up because there's a camera on my face. Aaron Catanzariti and Lachlan Ryan. Can you please join us? Round of applause, guys.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. Get comfy, Lockie.
How you holding up, Lock? You look good.
Oh, God. Guys, round of applause to Dan, everyone. Round of applause to Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Absolute gentleman.
Getting the show on the road, making all this, happen. Without Dan, shout out to Mic'd Up as well, man. Helping us propel in the right direction as always, Daniel.
Yeah, check one.
Lockie,
Hey.
can you just count to 10?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mate, we know you can talk. Don't be all shy now. We know you can talk, brother.
Underwater with marbles in his mouth.
Welcome, guys. Honestly, welcome. How you going, Aaron?
Yeah, good.
Nervous?
I'm good. Yeah.
Lockie, you nervous?
Oh.
Nah, you'll be fine, mate. You'll be fine.
We good, Dan? Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I'm going to get straight into it, Aaron. When you first saw that video with Luke, what was your first thought?
Look, it was my other son, my middle son rang me the day that the school had told them about Johannes's passing, and it was a big shock. We'd had his dad and brother at our place for dinner. I knew their mum. I've been away on mum's weekends with her, with the school, and it was, it was shocking. But I'd had that feeling before, because I'd had that same feeling when we lost Mac. And so when I saw that video and that you guys were doing the show with Luke, it just really, I just had to message you guys and just thank you, because, bringing light to young men who are struggling is, I'm a mum of 3 boys, and that's really probably what triggered me more than anything, my thinking about my own boys. And, I don't know what I would do if I found out that, they felt that lonely and alone, that they couldn't speak to someone if they were struggling. And I just think it's so important to speak about it, and not, just to speak about it.
So just to clarify, you've got a son that goes to Joey's at Hunters Hill.
I do.
So you're part of that school community.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of country folk
There is.
that attend
Yeah.
Joey's.
So out of the 1,100 students, half of them board, and a lot of them are full-time country boarders. They're one of the biggest intake of country kids in the city.
Is Joey's. Has your son ever come to you, the one that boards, and said, Mum, has he voiced concern about being away from home?
He was homesick when he first went, but that's a bit of a different thing.
Yeah.
So once he made his friends and, got into the swing of the routine there, yeah, he loves it there.
Yeah.
Great school. Very, very happy there.
Lockie, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
I've hung out with you the last couple of days. I've seen the relationship you got with your parents.
Yeah.
Do you have that relationship where you feel that if you're ever in the shit, you can talk to them and you can tell them anything and you're not too scared to tell them?
Oh, I think at times just it's sort of like, yes and no. I feel like a lot of fellas my age are sort of like that. Just sort of feel like.
If you're ever in the shit though, if you ever feel like you're in the shit,
Yeah.
and there's no way out, and you got to tell your parents, would you keep that stuff to yourself, or would you open up and tell
I'll probably open up.
them? Good man.
I think. Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important. Now, I don't want you to speak on behalf of your mates, but do you feel like your mates are sort of in the same boat, or you feel like you have mates that will just probably keep stuff to themselves and let it eat away at them?
Oh, probably half and half.
Yeah.
I sort of feels like, I don't know, most of the fellas just like keeping shit to themselves. Other fellas like telling people their problems and stuff. So,
Do you ever have that chat with them and ask them, say, listen, bro, I'm here for you. Whatever you need. I don't care how bad you, excuse my French, fucked up.
yeah, no, we all
I'm
open
here
up to each other
Yeah?
fairly well, yeah.
Oh, he's a pretty tight. I see. He's a pretty tight man. Like, even though you probably don't see each other every day, but when you see each other, you make up for it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's pretty
Based on
rough.
last night's performance, well done. But
Yeah, it was a bit rough, that's for sure.
is it ever like do you ever have that conversation? Do your mates ever say to you, hey bro, I think I stuffed up here, bro?
Yeah, we've
I
had
think
a
I've-
fair few
yeah?
of them conversations before.
There's been a few things since we lost Macca
Yep.
that has happened with their friend group that have been rather serious, and they've all been there for each other in those moments. Like,
Very important, Erin.
Yeah.
It's especially when, unfortunately, it takes these circumstances. What was that? Okay, sorry. It takes tragic events like this for people to actually realise. There's always a reason behind everything. The way I see it, what the meaning is, I'm not too sure. But even with me growing up, I lost one of my best mates was coming to watch my footy game. I was 16, he was 17. We just got our red peas. We were just being hoons. Like, as you know, not knowing any better. You think you're invincible at that age. Well, he was coming to watch my footy game. He didn't make it to my footy game.
yeah,
He ended up wrapping himself around a telegraph pole in the car. So I didn't see the silver lining in that. Lucky this is aimed at you as well. I didn't see the silver lining at the time.
yeah,
But obviously, as I grew up older, and from that moment, none of the boys sped.
yeah,
None of the boys done anything silly in their cars.
yep,
And mind you, we grew up in an era where cars were a thing, especially in Western Sydney.
yeah.
Doing up your car, showing it off, doing this, doing that. And
Mhm.
yeah, what I'm trying to say is there's always a silver lining in everything, and we're here to find that out today. And like, always open up, bro. Never.
I will do.
Yeah, man. Tell the boys as well. It's never good to hold it in, man, because we one is too many.
Yeah.
One loss is too many. We definitely don't want to make it. We don't want to make it anymore, man. So
No, that's right.
No,
So we're going to talk about Mac Mitchell in detail a bit later on. And we're also going to talk about the How the Fuck Are You brand.
yeah.
we're wearing the shirts, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
How good are they?
Yeah, good.
Get up, give them a pose.
You two are twins.
Why don't you stand up?
No,
Because
bro.
you're looking fit.
Oh,
But,
actually, I'll do it.
yeah, stand up. How the fuck are ya? It's the can you just turn around for a sec? It's the Mac label. This line of clothing, and I think there's hats as well, and
Hats.
there's kids,
More to come.
there's kids apparel.
Yep.
This was designed and brought to life by Mac Mitchell's parents, his family, to honor him, and we'll talk a bit about him. But I understand grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What grapes?
So Lockie's known as grapes. Can we just get I'm scared to ask actually.
Can we ask?
It's pretty tame buddy story. Well, went to school, boarding school, and we went to an ag school, and I was the only fella who owned a grape farm, so
Oh,
sort
okay.
of Reuben came up with the bloody name, and next minute everyone's just calling me grapes, and sort of stuck.
It's stuck. All right.
Makes proud.
Yeah.
So thanks Ruben.
Real original, mate. Well done. Grapes.
Can you talk to us about your relationship with Mac?
Just best mates. Used to go to his pretty much every second weekend, like fairly often.
Yeah.
pack up here, or I'd knock off work here on a Friday at 3 o'clock and then get back on a Sunday at what time? 8
If, you,
o'clock at
if we
night.
were lucky, it was dinner, but often not.
Straight there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
What did his loss do to you?
I was pretty full on, eh? No, it wasn't real fun. Sort of. I was working at Hutchie's at the time and took, I think, 4 weeks off to go to harvest, and it was my first day, got to the job and sort of, I was there for about an hour and a half, started getting into sort of moving machinery around to go out to the farm, and Mum gives me a call and says, you need to come home right now, and I was just sort of like, what for? I'm at work. And she was like, nah, you have to come home. So I was like, thought Mum, or I mean Dad, or my grandparents, someone passed away. Last thing I thought was Mac. Got home and saw Dad. So I was like, righto, it's not Dad, it has to be my grandparents or something. Walked inside and they sort of told me the news, and I didn't really believe it at first. And I went outside and called Jack, and Jack told me it was all real, and then I sort of half broke down and then packed up and went back out to work. So
You went back to work.
Yeah.
Can I ask why?
What, like, went back to work?
Why? Yeah, was it because it was your first day of work and you didn't want to lose your job? Or?
I'd been there part-time for a couple of years beforehand.
Yeah.
I just probably deal with it better if I went back to work.
I think thinking on something else.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said if he stayed at home, he was going to go crazy that day. He just said, I got to go back to work, Mum.
Are we talking the same day?
Yeah,
We're
like
talking the same day.
the same
I
hour.
think, within the hour I was
Within
back
the
at work.
hour, he was back at work. Yep. Yeah.
That's there's two ways to look at it. That's courageous, I'll tell you, because not a lot of people could do that.
Oh,
But
bro.
also, I think it's that I want to get into it. And please, this again is my opinion. My opinion is not shared by our sponsors. It's not shared by anyone that's joining us. And if I do say something that offends you, I do apologize in advance. This is purely just my opinion. Part of the reason why we have a men's mental health issue in Australia, part of why we have 7 men that commit suicide every single day in Australia, I believe comes down to how us men are what's expected of us from society, and in some cases from our families. I know with my father, I was expected to shut the fuck up, eat concrete, and harden up, right? And I think that's a lot of what's expected of Aussie men. But I'm going to go even deeper, and it's coming from a city boy, right? Where I have been to rural before. I have spent time in country, but not enough to speak on the country's behalf. But I like to think I'm educated enough to think that farmers take on that role tenfold.
Farming's a hard gig. It's a hard gig. When it's good, but when it's bad, it can be really bad, and it can be very lonely. I mean, a lot of farmers, they're out there on their own on a tractor, they're out in the paddock on their own. You know, they might see someone once a week other than their family. It's a tough, lonely gig sometimes.
And that's why I say that, because I know where Grapes is coming from, where tragic news, 1 hour later wants to go back to work to get his mind off things. the problem with farming, and I think I had this discussion last night. I think I said it to Kylie, Mac's mum. When I'm at work, I've got my wife works in the office, I've got my general manager, I've got a project manager, I've got, a couple of my brother-in-laws that work in the business, and I'm surrounded by people. I'm constantly on the phone. I'm constantly in touch with someone. So if shit hits the fan at work, I've got people I can lean on to either delegate or even just to vent.
Moral support.
Moral support, yeah, Billy?
Yeah.
Moral support, yeah.
But if you've got a farmer on a tractor, right, or on some sort of machinery on his own, even if you are at work, if you're on your own, like how many times have we driven in traffic in Sydney, right? And it's a fucking joke. It will take you 50 minutes to go 10 Ks. I sometimes get home and I park in the driveway, and then in that instance I think, what road?
How'd I get here?
How'd I get here?
You don't even remember.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
road did I take?
Yeah.
Because I was in deep thought, whether it's something I'm going through, whether it's an issue I'm facing, whatever it is.
You went to autopilot.
Hey,
You're going to autopilot. You don't,
Yeah.
I can't remember braking
Yeah,
at a set of lights. I can't remember using an indicator. I cannot remember
Getting home.
getting home.
Been there.
Imagine a farmer on,
Gets like that a bit.
hey, can you talk about that? Lockie, that's obviously happened to you.
Yeah, no, when you're driving, like you blink, you get on it, the next minute it's night time and you're back off
10
it.
hours later.
Yeah. Like when you're sitting in a machine for 12 hours a day, it gets to you a bit.
You'd been in your own thoughts a lot, eh?
Yeah, no.
Look,
It gets to your head a bit.
you know what I've noticed as well. You would never pick it, eh? You would never pick, especially farmers. You would never pick it because they're black and white. They're tough men. You know, on the exterior as well. You know what I mean? And it looks like they're just so cruisy. Like nothing gets to them. But in hindsight, bro, I never really thought of that. Them being on their own on a machine for 12 hours. Like I drive a truck for 8 hours. I'll drive a truck for 8 hours. And I'm always on the phone to my mates because I don't want to be in my own thoughts driving that
On your
long.
own.
That long. And it's just, I never thought of it like that, to be honest. We're just having a laugh on the phone. But I'm just stopping to think about it now. If I was to actually not listen to a podcast and drive there in dead silent, it'll take me to some dark places, Joey.
Well, most of the time when you're on a tractor by yourself.
What was that, sorry?
When you're driving, like, you're just by yourself for 12 hours straight.
100%, bro.
You
It's
gotta have a
not-
good playlist of music. Like,
That's what I'm
always
saying.
just listening to music or trying to find. I've listened to podcasts a few times when I was driving, but not really often.
Plus,
Or
it's
it's
loud
just-
as well. You can't really do that. You can't, you know what I mean? The machinery's, it's different, man. But, Joey, what are your thoughts, bro?
I need to make it so clear, and it's and this goes out to our farmers. You're not weak if you break, yeah. And I know there's this slogan, it's not weak to speak. But it doesn't make you less of a man if you need to break, whether it's to your partner, whether it's to your kids, whether it's to a best mate. Because with my interactions over the last couple of days with the locals, it can be done. And it's sometimes something that we impose on ourselves. No, I can't. I'm a man. I can't do it. Or I don't want them to think I'm, weak, or, I don't want to show them a feminine side, because people usually think that only a female, can cry, which is absolute bullshit if you ask me. We've got a meeting coming up with a prominent politician in the next couple of weeks. And I can guarantee you this isn't going to be the end for us when it comes to rural Australia, because I'm sorry, before you want to give billions of dollars of aid to other countries, and I'm not here to be political. I'm the furthest person you want to talk about politics with, because I really don't give a fuck about it. But when our own country is aiding foreign countries with billions of dollars for whatever it might be, why don't you start looking after your own backyard? Why don't you start fucking pumping billions of dollars into our farmers, helping them? Because let me make one thing clear, and this goes to a lot of our city folk that don't usually think about our farmers. Without our farmers and without our truck drivers, this country stops. We've got no country.
That's right.
Am I wrong in saying that?
Nah, bro. We're on the money.
As a truck driver
I'm a
yourself,
truckie myself. I know the state and the country does not move forward if trucks and farming stop. I know that for a fact. Everyone in the industry knows that. I totally agree with you.
is there a disconnect between country and what goes on in the city, Erin? Would you?
Look, I couldn't really tell you. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Yeah.
I'll aim this at you, Lockie. Do you feel sometimes like you're fighting your own fight?
No, not too much. Like, yeah, not too much. Not really, I don't think.
Is there support here?
Yeah. There's support.
Can more be done?
I don't. It's hard in rural areas. Like, we have to drive to see specialists. We have to drive to see, like, if our kids need to go to the OT, we don't have services here sometimes. Even dentist waiting lists can be really long. Like, those sorts of things are an issue out here. But mental health, we are supported in the bush here.
Yep.
Yep. In the Murrumbidgee, we've got great support. But
What they have.
Awesome. Can we talk about what you've got out here?
sure, we've got community mental health centres. We've got organisations that provide support, clinical and non-clinical. There are supports out here, but people need to access those supports for those organisations to be able to help them. So I think I don't know if people in suicidal crisis don't think about ringing Lifeline. I'm not sure if that's the connection that's not being made in some cases. I think it's very hard to help people if you don't know that they need help and they're not seeking the help. That can be quite difficult.
This is where I get myself in trouble.
Careful.
Look, everything we do, whenever there's a clip that Dan does up and we know it's got something to do with self-harm, we always put the Lifeline number down there, right? Because it's something you do just to let, if someone's going through something tough watching this particular clip, we want to let them know that, look, you got someone to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to call it for what it is. I've had a couple of guys reach out to us through our inbox, and everyone will tell you, if you message us, we reply. Simple as that. Whether we've got 1,000 followers, 10,000 or 100,000, we reply, because this is why we do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of guys have mentioned self-harm through a text message. Now, disclaimer, we're not health professionals, right? We don't have degrees. We're just two blokes from the area, right? So we got to be very careful as well when we're talking to these guys, because we want to make sure that we're not saying something out of line.
Yeah.
And we always refer back to Lifeline, mate. And we give them the number. We give them access to some contacts that we've made, right, with some health professionals. I'm going to say it. Well, this is information that's come back to me, and it's not the first time I've heard it. A couple of guys have called Lifeline and said it didn't help them the way they thought it would. So I don't know, that's something, whether it's a personal experience, whether it's something that needs to be looked at, I don't know. I feel there's more that needs to be done than a phone number. There's more that needs to be done than Are You OK Day.
Like what, Joey?
Well, mate, if you're asking me, like, Are You OK Day, I'm going to say it again. 7 Aussie men and 2 Aussie women, so that's 9 Aussies every day that commit suicide.
It's a terrible number.
Right?
Big number. Massive
So
number.
Nine, multiply that by 365. That's how many Aussies we lose a year. And we give 1 day of Are You OK Day?
No.
You want to talk pandemic? You want to talk pandemic? We shut the country down for COVID. You want to talk pandemic? This is a pandemic. Why don't we shut the country down for 3 months the way we did for COVID? Why don't... We're giving 1 day a year of Are You OK Day. Okay, so I'm walking the street and I say to some guy, hey, mate, are you okay? Because I know it's Are You OK Day, right?
Yeah.
And he says to me, no, I'm not.
Then what?
Then what? Am I equipped to
That's right.
know what to say next?
Yeah.
Then what?
Because, Joey, we've said this before. I personally think, bro, our schools, our curriculum, I'm not bad mouthing it.
No, don't say it for what it is, Billy. Don't fucking sugarcoat
it
it.
needs life lessons. School needs to teach life lessons, how to deal with life, not how to record and remember what says in your history textbook, bro. School, in my opinion, needs to teach you. You need a subject. We've said this before. It needs a subject. Mental health and well-being as one subject.
100%.
How to lodge a tax return and run a business for one another subject. How to become everything we are dealt with in life. To deal with life is what we need to be taught in schools. That's my personal opinion. Because if you ask me how to work out Pythagoras' theorem right now, let me tell you something. I've got no idea how to work it out.
No, let me tell you something.
Talk to me.
For my Pythagoras' theorem exam in year 8, I got 100%.
I won't believe until I see it.
No, I actually got 100%.
Did you? Good on you.
Yeah, all right, good on me.
But
when have I fucking used it?
Exactly.
I left that test thinking
You're a superstar.
I was gonna Mars on the next trip. And then I leave school, I go to uni, and I look at my lecturer, I say, do we do Pythag at any stage? Because I'm really good at it. And no, we don't. You know, algebra.
When have you used that?
When have I ever added letters and numbers and came up with something?
Exactly, bro. It's too institutionalized. I feel like this. Don't get me wrong. We need to know the fundamentals. We need to know the basics. We need to know about the history of our country. We need to know a lot of stuff. Aaron, if I'm wrong, please. If you disagree, please tell me. But one thing I learned growing up and being a 35-year-old man coming on to 36 is that whatever I've learned from school is not relevant to my life today. I think we actually need to learn straight. I want to call it for what it is. There needs to be a boxing subject. There needs to be a mental health and well-being subject. You know, there needs to be exactly what I said before to equip you with the tools to deal with these things. Also, in my opinion, in today's world, I think I was speaking. Was it to you, Aaron? I was speaking to you yesterday in regards to the accessibility our youth have today. That the stuff they see. Let's say online, social media is poison. Now, that's another thing too. Schools aside, social media in this country, they put the ban to what, 16 and over? Now 16. They changed it. I honestly think it should be 18 plus. I don't think 16. Anybody who's in the vicinity of a school, peers, youth, I don't think they should have access to it. Why? Because it's obviously not used for the right reasons. Hey, listen, we're adults. Sometimes adults use it for the wrong reasons. What's stopping it? What's stopping a child? True.
True.
That's right.
especially under like the influence of drugs and alcohol. You don't know what this social, like these kids are drinking at 15, 16 years old. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are kids drinking?
There are kids who are
Roam the
doing
streets.
that at that age. But you think, Billy, when we grow up, if we were having issues at school, we go home and we're at home. We're away from that. Kids these days with social media, it doesn't stop. They go home and it can continue. They go to bed, notifications going off.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes kids get in that they hear those notifications and it's become an addiction to
It's the
them.
dopamine hit. It's the dopamine
And
hit.
they can't leave that notification lie till tomorrow. They have to look at it tonight.
I'm not perfect. I'm guilty of that too, guys. I've done that before. I've put my head down to go to sleep. As a grown man, I'll call it for what it is. I put my phone down and go to sleep. I go, that's enough. I think I've done it to you the other day. I put my phone down and go to sleep. All I hear is and what that started doing to me, I'm like, I need to check it.
You got to check
Then
it.
I'm like, hang on, grow up, mate. Go to bed.
Yep.
This thing doesn't control your life. And I'm a grown man. Imagine a 16-year-old trying to do this. Plus, add the drama they're going through. If they're getting bullied online, if anything's happening, you're anxious on a good day.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going through a drama, trying to put your head down to sleep, you're checking that notification, which leads us to where we are today with the youth. I honestly think it's a big problem. And
The same way we have PDHPE, maths, science, history, the curriculum needs to be reevaluated and it needs to now align with what the days that we live in today.
Self-defense
Right?
too, Joey.
We didn't need self-defense, absolutely. We didn't need this in the 90s and the early 2000s, right? It's needed now. There needs to be a mental health / bullying subject, right? Not just, on the month of November. It's mental health month. And then for a couple of days of the month, schools will run, like we done a talk at Blacktown Boys High School.
Yep.
Right? We went there for 3 hours. We done 3 1-hour talks talking about mental health and bullying.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That was on November 21st. But what about November 22nd and 23rd and November 30th?
Yeah.
Right? And especially with kids. Like I know with my daughters that are in the crowd, right? When I discipline my daughter on a Monday, let me tell you, she's going to be doing the exact same thing on Tuesday, right? So I've got to go again. And then I've got to go again on Wednesday and on Thursday. Then hopefully by Friday, she's going to get it and it's going to stop. So how can we, with these teenagers, have a mental health month, right? And then think we've done our job. We're letting our kids down, right? Society is letting our kids down. Society has let down Johannes. Society has let down Macca. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. I don't know these boys.
Yeah.
I don't know them. But I can guarantee you, I ain't looking at their parents saying it's your fault. There is no way in hell.
Had nothing to do with
Had nothing to
their
do with their
family
families, right?
at all.
Society has let them down. So as grown-ups, as grown-ass fucking... we're live, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
Can we swear, Dan? Or we
Oh,
shut down?
it's too late. We can't ask now. Us as adults, it's our job to do something about it. And we're not going to stop. Let's talk about bullies. Like I've had this rant on a previous episode, right? When there's a bully, our child that's getting bullied, what happens? They come home, they're upset, they talk to mum and dad. Mum and dad, they want to, well, if you ask me, I told my daughter, throw that first punch. I don't care. You throw that punch, you get expelled, you get in trouble, I'm going to back you. Because when it comes to bullying, I've got zero tolerance. You crack them in the face. You got some parents that will take the approach of, they want to empower their child, and teach them how to deal with it verbally. No problems. What about the parents that go to the teachers? or the principal and say, right, we have this issue with my child. I have lost count how many times I've had friends, family, I've had randoms, I've had followers, I've had people I've never met before tell me that what the school's solution is to remove the child from that classroom. Not the bully. We're talking about the kid getting bullied. They remove that child and put it in another classroom. Hang on a second. How did you solve that fucking problem? By keeping the bully with another 28 kids, because what's that bully going to do?
Find another
He's going to
target.
find another child. But guess what? Because of social media,
They still have access.
he's still got access to the
other
kid he was
child.
bullying. So all he's got to do is jump on his phone or his laptop and he can continue to target him. And I speak about her almost every second day and I'll continue to speak about her. Poor Charlotte was 12 years old when she took her life. 12 fucking years old. 12 years old.
Crazy, eh?
I didn't even know what nationality meant. I'm going to be honest with you, at 12.
Bro.
We come from a Christian household, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know I was a Christian at 12 years old. I didn't know what Christian Muslim was. I remember I came home one day asking my dad, what am I? He slapped me in the face. Like, how at 12 years old does a child know how to harm themselves? How?
Shouldn't know, eh?
Shouldn't know.
Bro, no way.
Right, and you know what killed me? When that clip, we had a clip. So when we first spoke about Charlotte on one of our earlier episodes, we had a clip hit the page. How many views did it get down? About 500,000 views, right? This clip got 500,000 views. We started copying phone calls that the school was trying to get a hold of us.
Lawyers were involved too, Joey, weren't they?
Lawyers were involved. Santa Sabina,
From the school.
from the school that she went to.
They got worried.
Trying to find out why was our school mentioned and what's this episode about. All they were worried about was their reputation. How fucking disgusting. How dare you? How do you sleep at night knowing you have lost a child that has come from your school grounds and all you give a fuck about is your reputation?
It's not on, eh?
It is not on. It is not on, Grapes. And let me tell ya, I'm fucking done. I'm done. And just to make it clear, I'm going all the way with this. And what do those celebrities say that start talking out about something? They say, look, I'm not suicidal. I'm happy. So in case I get knocked,
Yeah, they done this to me.
yeah, I'm going all the way with this. I'm not going to stop because our future, right? Grapes and his mate and his mates are our next generation. And you know what? I said it last night. I wish I wasn't here. As much as I love you guys, I wish I wasn't here. Because if we weren't here, that means Macca is here.
That's right.
We're only here. Let's call it for what it is. We're
Yeah.
only here because we lost Macca.
That's exactly right.
I don't want to be doing this.
I don't either.
Someone has to, though.
Unfortunately, someone has to, Grapes, and we're not making nothing from this. There's no financial gain for us. We're here because we feel there is no other choice. So if there is someone out there that has some sort of power, some sort of influence, we need help, man. We need help. This young man has lost the best mate. We have mum and dad. We have brother and sister here that have lost a son, that have lost a brother. We have Charlotte's parents sitting at home that have been let down. Our schools, I said it, I said it to you, Kylie. We don't own our kids. We have kids, but we don't own them. I feel like the institute owns them, the government. I feel like our schools own them because when I send my two girls to school, That's 8 hours a day.
What do they say, Joey? They say once your kid turns 5 and they enter the school grounds, you already lost 75% of them. That's, I think, something like that.
They're raising our kids.
Yeah, bro.
What are you teaching my children? How are you teaching them? How are you protecting them? Charlotte went to school with their parents thinking she was being protected. For 18 months, they were flagging the school about the bullying that was going on. For 18 months.
Not minutes. It's a long time, bro.
She got let down hard. Now, I want to take this back. Bring it back to you, Erin. As a mother, we spoke to Grapes about what losing Mac had done to him.
Mm-hmm.
What did it do to you as a friend of Mac's mum?
Look, that day that I rang Locke and he came home, it was one of the hardest days of my life. Being a parent, I never imagined that that was something I'd have to tell my son. It was never something that anybody prepares you to have to do. And I felt very alone and I didn't really know what to do at all. I always want to fix my kids. If there's a problem, that's my job. You know, as a mum, I want to fix their problems. I want to help them. I just want them to be healthy and happy. And this was something I couldn't fix. It was way, way above my head. And I felt like I had a hole in my chest that wouldn't go away for a very long time. I couldn't really talk about Mac for a good 6 months without getting really upset. Like, I just couldn't really talk about it. And I was worried about Locke and how that was affecting him. I was worried about his mates. I was worried about the other parents in our boys' friend group. And because our kids were at boarding school and we're all not with one another very often, even that made it a lot more isolating. But I was really lucky to have some great support. I remember I found one of Lockie's mates actually called me that Thursday morning, and that's when I called my husband, Mick, pretty upset. And then he came home and I rang Lachlan. I rang his boss and told him what was happening. And then, I rang Locke. I said, I need you to come home now. And like he said, he was pretty confused. He had all these other I said, do not answer your phone. You get in your ute and you come home. I don't want you to answer any phone calls, because I didn't want him driving and having somebody else tell him that we'd lost Mac. So when he got home and we gave him that news, it was devastating.
Unfortunately, some of the other fellas weren't as lucky as me, though. Some of the boys did find out. A lot of people telling them.
Yeah.
Some of the other boys were doing harvest as well and had to find out while doing work.
Erin, you said something very that struck me. It's a big domino effect.
It's a ripple effect.
It's a ripple effect. Sorry.
It is, Bill.
You're worrying about the family, Mac's family.
Yeah.
Your son, his mental well-being.
Mm-hmm.
What he could pop, you just never, because obviously you want to help him as much as you can, but it is a massive ripple effect, especially.
Yeah.
Joey can probably attest to this too. We're two proud Australian Lebanese boys. When our friends are over, our mums look at our friends like their own.
And we're the same.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys are the same. Italians, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same
mindset.
Same mindset and mantra. Jeez, like they would have got you.
It was a pretty rough time. I'm not going to lie. I felt pretty lonely, because it was that same feeling. Just unless somebody else had experienced something similar, I just didn't feel like they would understand the situation I was in, and I didn't want to upset other people also, sharing my what I was going through at the time. But like I said, I was really lucky to have a good friend who was, she works in this space, and she gave me a lot of good support during that time and resources for me to be able to call and get help if I needed it. And it definitely helped me through. But the mums and dads of our boys' friend group, you met them last night, and
Good men.
amazing people. And without them and us making the time to catch up and get together with the boys,
It's very important.
it's powerful, and it really has helped us as a group. We're not going to get over losing him, but just making it that little bit easier for all of us.
What's it taught you, Grapes?
Pardon?
This whole everything we're going through, everything you're going through right now with Macca, what's it taught you about life?
Just to be grateful.
Yep.
Be thankful for what you got, really.
Yep.
I mean,
Has it taught you to drop your guard a bit, open up a bit if something is bugging? And this is not just to you. This is to the farmers as well, to the men out there in the crowd, out there in the town, whoever needs to hear this. Like,
yeah. I think the best way that me and the boys find dealing with it is just sort of getting together. Whenever we're together, it's a good time. And
cherish every moment and speak up when you need to, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Just speak up when you need to. That's what it is. Like, he was your age.
Yeah.
It doesn't discriminate. Joey?
100%. Talking about him, remembering him.
Yep.
Remembering him is the biggest thing.
Never forgetting
Keeping
him.
it
Right?
alive, man. Keeping it alive. Keeping the flame
Always.
lighted.
Before we wrap this up, can you give us a story of Mac that stands out, that gets you giggling? I've been told there's many of these stories because he was a character.
Was he like you?
Worse.
Yeah.
He was worse.
What you can
You're A plus, bro.
Oh,
you can get worse than this.
Nah,
Grapes?
Grapes are the
Lucky
best,
with a
bro.
headache.
Hey?
I said, lucky I got a headache. Nah.
Can you give us a story about Mac?
PG rated.
Oh, God, I'm just trying to think of which one was the best. I remember one day it was me, Mac, Ruben. No, it was me, Mac, Jack and Angus. We're on our way to an 18th, probably. We're on our way to Philly, so I can't remember how far it was. But anyway, we're on the road, and I think he was driving, and he's sitting there, and he's lighting these fireworks and chucking them at Angus while he's driving. Yeah. And we're driving along in his ute, and there's just all these fireworks going
the
off.
car?
And, in the ute.
You guys are built different out here, bro.
Oh, goodness me.
And another day, we're at the farm, and we out at Wilgavale, and we got the ripped this bonnet off this car. We got a strap, put it on the back of the ute, and he was driving around. We nearly killed Philly.
Phil.
Can you imagine that happening on Punch Bowl Red?
Like, yeah, doing a bit of bonnet slide, and it was good fun.
That's
Bonnet
awesome.
sliding.
Yeah.
Mate, he definitely will always be remembered. I notice you're wearing the same hat.
Yeah. A few of us boys have the same.
You've all got the same hat.
Yeah.
So that hat looks like it's been,
That was his hat, yeah.
that's his hat.
That's his hat.
It's been through
Been through its paces, that's for sure.
yeah. Mate, I'm sorry you've gone through that, Lockie, to you and your mates. You know, you boys young. You don't deserve to be going through something like this, just as well as Mac didn't deserve to go through what he went through. And I just want you guys to know that we might be from Sydney, and this goes to all the boys. You're not on your own, and you've definitely got older brothers. How old are you?
19.
Okay, well I can possibly be
Uncles.
uncles and yeah.
Older brothers, Joe. Older brothers. Not that old.
Stick with brothers.
Not that old, bro.
Billy's an older brother.
Yeah.
Amen.
But we're definitely here for you boys.
No, thank
Mate,
you.
we're just a text message away. And Kylie said something last night. I don't want to say it because I don't want to take the light off her because they're about to come up but it always ain't going to be that bad.
Yeah.
No matter what you're going through, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and I can guarantee you whatever it is that's bogging you down, I can promise you in 12 months' time, you're going to look back and laugh at it. Because in the moment, that one thing can seem detrimental. It can seem like it's the end of the world. But I can promise you it's not.
Yeah.
And you're talking to a bloke that I got a wife, I got 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
I got a mortgage,
A business.
a business. I got people that the business feeds and gives them the tools to be able to pay their bills, and
Yeah.
a lot of people depending on this business. And I got ripped $500,000, and at that time, that $500,000 felt like 100 million,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I didn't see a way out. And it wasn't like I was a single bloke, because that hit as a single bloke, you can cop it, but I made it worse than what it was. I kept saying, but I'm married, but I've got kids, I've got this. I can't cop. Mate, at the time, I thought that was it.
Yeah.
And now 2 years later, I actually look back at it and think it's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Perspective.
Perspective.
Yeah.
You know, and the people that I've got in my life right now, the people that I've got part of my business, I wouldn't have them in my life right now if I didn't get ripped.
Yeah. That experience.
Yeah.
You know, learning from it.
Yeah.
I just need you boys to know, especially you country folk, you're not on your own. We are with you. We hear you. We see you. We feel you. We love you.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for allowing us into your homes, because it has been one hell of an experience that we will never forget. And this ain't the end for us.
No, thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
man.
thanks
All
for
right.
coming,
Absolute
guys.
pleasure.
Thank you. Can I get a
Absolutely.
massive round of applause for Aaron and Grapes?
Righto, done now.
You can go sink a beer now, Lockie.
I'll join you soon. Wow, Joey.
So sad, Bill.
Very,
So sad, mate.
very, mate.
Without further ado, it would be our honour to welcome Kylie and Warwick Mitchell. Would you like to join us? Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
having us.
Thank you for joining us.
It's our pleasure.
That's Macca.
That's our Macca.
Can you tell us a bit about who Macca was, what he was about?
He was just a legend. He was just always had a big smile on his face.
Bring that closer to you, okay?
Loved a joke. Loved to press people's buttons. He was good at that.
Yeah.
He was an awesome brother, awesome son, grandson. He was so capable, he could do anything. Played the guitar, he could have a sing. Put him to work. He was
Awesome worker.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, sorry, because mate, you were blowing us away with things you were saying about him at such a young age, what he was taking on. in the work field.
Yeah, it was incredible. In the farming space, there was nothing he could not do. You put him on a machine and spend a half hour with him. Say, you're right, mate. Yeah, I'll be right. But maybe you should just hang around a bit longer, Dad. And, I don't really know what I'm doing. I said, mate, you'll be fine. And every time you'd pick it up and run with it and do a fantastic job. Unfortunately, when we lost him, we were getting towards the end of our harvest. We'd had a bit of a rain event, so we had a bit of a maintenance day sort of thing, and unfortunately that was the last day that I saw him. I left work there at 2 p.m. and he was under a mother bin repairing a bin where all the harvesters dump into. Then the trucks come in and pick up the grain and transport it to town or wherever it needs to go. And he had his little white legs hanging out under the bin, and he used to always say to me, man, I've inherited these legs off you. They're just like sticks, mate. So I snuck up on him there and give him a big slap up the thigh. He banged his head on the bin and he proceeded to tell me to fuck off and all the rest of it. And we had a bit of a quick yarn. I said, mate, I'm going out west to pick up a caravan where we'd been contracting, where Mac had been out there as well. And he said, oh, so you won't be back tonight? No, mate, not tonight. Is Mum going with you? Yeah, Mum's going. And that was probably the last bit of a conversation I had with him. So I left to go out there and, we sort of weren't going to make it back that night because it was, quite a couple 100 Ks out there and back. And we're in a truck as well, picking up like a fifth wheel sort of caravan setup. And we were just about to climb into bed and the phone rang and it was my oldest daughter and said, Mac rang up a little while ago and he was upset. And I asked her, upset how, mate? He was crying on the phone, Dad. He wasn't right. And I knew straight away that something was horribly wrong. And I had this horrible, horrible feeling that, it was just overwhelming, just absolutely incredible. So I still feel horrible that I did this, but I rang a guy that works with us. He's a great mate. He's
He was Macca's great mate.
yeah, they work together.
Yeah. He used to call him Uncle Jobbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Jobbo was only 20 minutes from the farm there, and he went out looking for him and found him. And that was it, we just broke down, didn't know what to do. And it was just horrible, mate. So then Kylie was upset. The police turned up because I was in a semi-trailer. Couldn't drive, already had a few beers. So the police picked us up, put us in the car and drove us all the way from Nyngan back to the farm, and it was the longest goddamn trip I've ever sat in. It was horrible. We got back to the farm and he was there. That was it. And then, we sort of looked at each other and wondered what the hell we were going to do. Had no idea how to do it. And we made the decision together that we needed to get back to our place at Parks. And because we'd told Millie to go to bed, she'd woken up very early in the morning and she saw the look on her face and she knew straight away as well.
Mm. It's the worst thing we've ever had to do. Was tell the kids.
Yep.
Tell his brother and sisters.
But in hindsight, there was a lot of signs there that I never knew to look for. I just thought it was part of growing up, and I was pretty hard on the kid, We worked together and he took on a leadership role like you wouldn't believe. We're in the earth moving space as well. I put him on a D9 in a quarry there, and he goes, man, I haven't done too much of this, Dad. I said, you'll be right, mate. I said, here's the GPS, this is how it works, you'll be right. And I came back and he wasn't using the GPS. I said, Christ, man, you've got to use the gear, mate. You're not going to get it right. But the thing was, we ran back over it with the GPS and the thing was perfect.
Wow.
And he'd done it all by eye. He just had a perfect knack with the machinery. He put his mind to something the kid could do anything. And unfortunately, the way it all sort of went down, and I've got my opinion, I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but he lost, which he lost a mate or a couple of mates in the car accident. And it was a horrific crash. There was 3 boys in the car. They were trying to get a pigging dog to town to get it stitched up. And the driver made a hell of a mistake and passed where he should never have passed a truck and hit a mum and dad coming the other way. The 2 boys ended up dead. The driver survived. Well, supposedly. It's all sort of in the courts at the moment, so I really shouldn't say that. But anyway, it's my belief that he was driving. And to Mako, this kid was his go-to, like he always used to say to Kylie, and you can probably elaborate on that a bit.
Yeah, after Lockie passed away, he wasn't the same. He was so sad. And I remember sitting on the lounge one day with him and he said, "Mum, I can't do this." Like Lockie he was always there for me. He got me. He just got me. And I was like, "What do you mean, mate?" He said he just understood me, and if I need someone to talk to, I could talk to him. And I said to him, "Mate, Lockie didn't have a choice. He's passed away." And he said, "I just can't do it." And I said, "You promise me, mate, that you will never harm yourself, you never do anything silly, okay? We're all here for you."
So there was a bit of signs there. Not signs, but he...
Looking back now, yeah. Yep.
And the day of, you said you guys were working and you left that day.
Yep.
No, you don't recall anything on that day?
When I look back, I had that horrible feeling that something was wrong. Was the questions that he asked me when I left, they weren't usual for Mac.
Can I ask what they were? Or you don't have to share them if you don't want to.
He just asked me, "Where are you going?" And I told him I was going to pick up the van from out west where we've been contracting, and we'd had the accommodation out there for the boys.
Yep.
And he asked me, and he said, "Is Mum going with you?" And I said, "Yeah." And it was just an unusual line of questioning for Mac because he just...
Nonchalant, usually whatever.
Yeah, whatever you're
Cruisy,
doing, mate.
yeah.
You'll be right. I've got it covered here.
Wow.
Yeah, so the thing is, he lost Lockie, and it's a tough story, man. Like he spent time with Lockie. He took a bit of time off school and spent time with Lockie because Lockie lost his dad to suicide as well.
Oh.
And so there's that. I know it's a bit of a theme there, but they'd been through so much together. But the crazy part about it, it's not like these boys here. They're on the lounge every weekend. You come home from work and you trip over half a dozen of them lying on the floor, and you think, you just love seeing the kids around the house. But Lockie, I don't remember meeting him, but he was always Mac's go-to person, and Mac did speak of him, and I know he wrote a song about Lockie after his passing, and
Lockie and Joey.
Yeah, Lockie and Joey. Sorry, yeah, that's it, and and all those little signs after that we should have picked up on, but I never thought in a million years we'd end up here, man.
I've got to stop you there, Warwick, right? And I say this with all due respect, mate, you need to stop. You need to stop blaming yourself. It's as family, family, and mate, I can't even begin to imagine what you guys are going through, losing a son. A cousin, a mentor, hurts. Losing a child, mate, I'm not even going to disrespect you in beginning to try to understand. But one thing I'm not going to cop is you sitting there, Warwick, and saying, mate, I should have seen this, he did this, mate, no. This is in no way, shape or form your fault, your wife's fault, your family. There is no way in hell you could have known. And I said it to you last night, Kylie. if it wasn't Lockie, if it wasn't losing Lockie, in 12 months' time, it could have been something else. In another 12 months' time after that, it would have been something else.
Yeah.
Mental health is an invisible disease, right? It's like you're a boxer, and I don't know if anyone plays gaming, right? But Billy Dib used this analogy. You know, it's, you know, in FIFA when there's a player, he's like a 91, right?
Yeah.
That says like overall, that's his rating. He's a 91 player or a 93. Mental health is 100% offense, 100% defense, 100% agility, 100% endurance. It's a 100% fucking opponent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking fight. And mental health it's an invisible opponent. You can't see it. It's not a broken arm where you can go to a doctor and you can get it put in a plaster, right? It's not a skin condition where you can go to a skin specialist and get a spray or an ointment. You can't see it. You can't see it. And I'm sorry, Warwick, mate. I love you, man. I fucking love you.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
I met you just yesterday, and it feels like I've known you my whole life. I'm sorry, mate. You got to stop. It's as parents, I get that part. Like, you know, we're there to protect our kids, and you know, we always, even when they hurt themselves, like when my daughter falls, I sometimes say, mate, I'm a fucking idiot. I should have been there. I should have stopped at some. We can't always be there.
I know.
And we can't always protect them. And Warwick, mate, I'm so sorry for your loss, but please, mate, for your sake, please don't blame yourself, because
No, thank you for that. I do appreciate it, and I do get that. It's just so difficult when, you know, somebody once said to me that it takes parents to raise a child, but it takes a village to raise a man. And the thing was, he had the village there. He had plenty of mentors. He had plenty of friends. He was a beautiful, kind soul. He was a guy that solved problems for other people when they had problems. He was the go-to man for so many people. And I just don't understand where the go-to was lost, you know, like social media, you're 100% correct. I haven't touched social media. Since we've lost Macca, I haven't posted one word about losing Macca on social media because, well, frankly, this is the first time I've spoken about it. People go to social media to sort of, I don't know, look for that, for love or
Quick fix.
for a quick fix.
validation.
Yeah, validation, quick fix.
And it's not that. It can be so detrimental to the way that you think about the world and the way you see yourself. And all of a sudden it can post you as being a failure when all these stupid material things that people think are important, you know, it sort of just weighs on people and it just keeps bashing them into the ground. And you're 100% right. I agree with this social media ban for these kids, man. It should be older.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
and it's true. It's just the kids are just glued to that screen, and it's so bad for them. And people just don't understand what's happened. Society's changed, you know. Like it's, you know, when we grew up, we had a UHF, and you'd have a bit of a chuckle, you know. The neighbour would call up and go,
Breaker.
Love, I'm going to be home late for dinner, you know, like.
Yeah.
You know, and he'd have a bit of a chuckle, go, he stuffed it up again, he's going to get a kick in ass when he gets home. And that was our social media, you know, that's as good as it got. And then mobile phones started and, you know, it's just the whole of our society has changed, and we need to now deal with society a different way. Exactly what you spoke about with the education system. We've got school teachers that went to school, went to university and were taught by overeducated school teachers to be a school teacher and lived in the school system their entire life. And what can they teach you about business? They know nothing about business. They know nothing about the tax man. They know nothing about social pressures because they live in a bubble, man.
You said it yourself. This world's evolving. It's changing.
It's changed.
It's completely different. But in hindsight, in looking back to the school curriculum has not changed at all.
Not at one bit, no.
It has not changed at all. So if life is adapting, the world's growing and evolving, it only makes sense to implement life lessons into schools.
Absolutely.
Does that sound crazy or?
Not at all.
It's 100%. Sorry.
No.
I just want to ask, Warwick, I know the obvious answer. How are you, mate?
Mate, I'm not real good.
Yeah.
From a business point of view, we slowed down last year and we let stuff go, and we haven't had to put anyone off. But you know, I've got such a good team of people with us. They're all more like family than workers. I've got nothing but respect for everybody that works with us. You know, years ago, it's a bit off key here, but I lost my brother there 13 years ago in a farming accident.
Oh.
And I can remember driving back from the farm that he was on, the family farm, and we had our own place out west. And I was driving back out west there after a couple of days there, and I passed one of our trucks. And I remember just looking up in the windscreen, and here's one of our workers gritting his ass off, waving to me. I didn't ask him to get in the truck. He just went and did it. His family. And he's still family. He's been with us for, I don't know, 20, 24 years maybe.
Wow.
And he's just a beautiful soul, mate, you know, and we've just been so fortunate. What's helped me the most is the people that have come out of the woodwork that I wouldn't have expected to support me and Kylie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, man, I've got true friends there that I didn't even realise how good of friends they were.
Isn't it amazing? At the time of need, it's the people you don't expect that are there.
100%. Yeah.
And the people that you expect to be there are the ones that let you down.
Yeah, never heard from again.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mad. Yeah. So, yeah, as far as that goes,
Mate, you know, it's very important. Take it for someone like me. I've said this before in our show. I'm not too sure if you watched it. I lost my father just over a year ago.
So
I'm
sorry.
mate.
Thank you. It's all good. But I didn't really let my body grieve it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm trying to say to you is, mate, I understand. It's as a bloke, it's hard to express your emotion, man. It's hard to. We said it before. It's hard to let out how you really feel. But do you hold back? Do you let it out? Do you cry?
on my
Honestly,
own,
and there's no.
yeah.
This is a safe space here. There's no
Yeah.
shame in it at all.
Yeah, no, to be honest, yeah, when I'm on my own, yeah, I have
Good.
a breakdown,
Good.
yeah, for sure.
Good.
Yeah, then, yeah, you sort of wipe it all away and someone
Good.
turns up at work and you pretend nothing's wrong. And that is fundamentally the problem.
Mate, no, it's good that you let it out, man. Because my body physically can't let it out. I haven't cried a day since my dad died,
Yeah.
and I want to, but the point I'm trying to make to you is I've started facing other complications with my health because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anxiety attacks, panic attacks, supplementation. That's the point I was trying to make. Where you don't want those. You don't want to go. But you've obviously dealt with the loss of your brother, was it as well?
Yeah, brother,
yeah. So it's not. But a son is completely different. But you know what I'm trying to get at, man. It's
Yeah.
good to let it out. So
Yeah,
But
see,
sorry to cut you off, Warwick, but I have an issue with that scenario that you just painted. And again, that wiping the tears and back into work mode and pretending you're okay. I've got a problem with that. It's amazing that you in touch with your emotions. You can have that cry in private. But to me, that's you dealing with it on your own. You don't understand inside how I fucking feel so happy that you're here now, like you, because there was talks of, Warwick not, like Kylie, you doing this, you coming up by yourself, and Warwick not doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you are here, Warwick, because I think this is part of healing. I don't know how much it's going to heal. You'll never heal. There's always going to be that hurt, that void.
You just learn to ride, I don't know, ride the waves a little bit.
Yeah, but not riding them on your own. This is the
Yeah.
point I'm trying to make. And you said it yourself, Warwick, regarding Mac. You know, he had a village behind him. He had people that loved him. He's a good-looking bloke, right? He could play a guitar. He could sing. I'm sure he could woo a lady. He had it all, right? Sorry, Warwick, he's got it from somewhere.
Yeah, from Kylie.
Yeah. All right, mate, you're a good-looking chap yourself. You got a village behind you. You got people that love you. You got a fucking amazing woman by your side. Right, let's lighten this up a bit, right? Let's talk about Millie. Let's talk about Essie and Bobby. They're obviously your driver
Oh, yeah.
to keep going.
They
Yeah.
get me out of bed of a morning, and without them, I probably wouldn't be here without Warwick.
What's Bobby? He's, mate, I'm a Bobby fan. Where's Bobby?
There he is.
My man.
The Bob Meister.
He is, what a legend.
Yeah.
He's a mischief.
Such a nice
That's
boy,
what he
eh?
is.
Such a good boy.
Well, we're going to find another side.
Oh, okay.
Because what we saw tonight, we saw the good boy and so polite, bro. Mate, he blew me away.
I can't see anything else.
What's Bobby like?
He's sorry,
There
talk
you
on.
go.
He thinks he's Evil Knievel. Yeah, we had a bit of an incident there at harvest time where he came off a bike and practically ripped his kneecap off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got him into surgery there and he got stitched up, and then a couple of weeks later he proceeded to rip it open again, so back to surgery again.
Wow.
Yeah, but no, he's a beautiful kid and I'm so blessed to have him.
He's a lot like Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He unfortunately had a loving big brother that we're going to stick together and get past it. We're going to never forget him. And then we've got Essie. She's just a whirlwind.
Mac used to say she's brutal.
Yeah.
Essie's brutal. Brutally honest.
Yeah, that's she reminds me of my youngest.
Yeah.
This terror down here. It's good to have though. Because
Absolutely.
I always say, so I reckon Essie is going to be looking after the family as she gets older.
Yep.
Holding, you know, everyone that's outside of her bubble accountable, which is awesome to have. Because I'm worried about my oldest, Ave Maria, because she's just too soft, too loving. And then I've got this little butch down here. I know she'll be protecting her older sister,
Yeah.
which is beautiful to have.
Yeah. And that's Millie. She's the soft.
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl.
She's protector.
Yeah.
Yeah. In all that,
They're all beautiful.
Mac was sort of always the glue in the family though. You know, he was the one that sort of,
He was the protector.
he was definitely.
You just want to know what freaks me out? Me? It's just my experiences. We raise our children. You know, you're never in your mind do you think something like this will ever happen. Like my kids are 6, 5, and 2. They're my babies. I just can't fathom. I can't fathom just them hurt, like, you know, just growing up and just this happening, man. Like, it never slips. It never crosses your mind, eh?
No. It's something that happens to other people, not
But-
us.
And the thing is now,
Yep.
it's starting to cross my mind because of what we're doing, what we're seeing, who we're speaking to, and it's freaking me the fuck out,
Yep.
to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, back to what we were saying, accessibility. My son said something to me the other day. I think I was telling Aaron, or was I telling you, Kay? I think I was telling Aaron. He said something to me the other day, which a 6-year-old should not know. Should not know, should not say. And I'm like, shout out to my son Noah. I know he's watching. Noah, how are you, Dad? He said something to me and it rocked me. We're having a bit of an argument, and he goes, "Dad, just leave me here. I'm not going to get into detail what he said." And I'm just like, mate, you should not say this. Like when I was 6 years old, I did not know what this thing means. I didn't want to say it because it's.
Exactly. Yeah.
Could it be a possibility that with Macca that was just a flick of the switch moment.
I think it was.
Like a flick of the switch moment. Like Joey said, this mental illness is an illness. It doesn't discriminate either.
Not at all.
I'm not a professional, but I personally think it's literally a moment in your mind where you're not thinking. It's just literally like that, and then it turns into destruction.
Yep.
Do you think that would have been it?
Yep.
Yeah. Did he ever come to you, say to you? Like, I know he did.
Other than but I just there's footage of him an hour before.
An hour before
dancing.
See what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yes,
Like
dancing and
it's
laughing and
you know what I mean, Joey? Like it's what do you reckon, bro?
Yeah.
It's
I just can you talk about that? That like does the unknown hurt? Like not knowing the why?
absolutely. It kills me inside every day. Every day.
Yeah, you know, we're quite a few months down the track now, and for everyone else, I know it still hurts, but for us, like as soon as you open your eyes in the morning, you go,
Yep.
why has it happened? And not understanding that's so hard. We're trying to find some sort of logical reasoning for it, but there's really none. You know, and and I don't even know if I should speak about this, but I promised myself I'd be brutally honest, and I'm being honest in front of Bob and Essie and people that I probably shouldn't talk about, but Kylie had an episode there not too long ago that frightened the absolute shit out of me again. And I didn't know what to do. And many years ago, I'd rang, please, if I insulted anyone, I'm not meaning to, but I rang Lifeline when I was in a bad way, when I lost my brother there, because that got pretty sort of messy, and I didn't hear what I wanted to hear. I just went, man, this is just a waste of time. I'm sorry. And then the other day there, a while ago when Kylie sort of had a bit of a breakdown there, I didn't know what to do, so I rang the local hospital. Press 1 for emergency, press 2 for mental health. So I pressed 2. The lady on the phone, she goes, we're not an emergency response department, mate. We can't help you. I said, well, what do I do? Oh, well, you just get her up to emergency. And I said, listen, we know every single person in this town. I don't want to take my wife to emergency when she's in this state, like hysterical, and I had no idea what to do. What I'm going to take to emergency and make her sit there for 2 goddamn hours to see a doctor? Can't you please just get us in a back door to see someone to help us? Sorry, mate, can't help you. And that's our front line of mental health. That's it. That's what we've got. I know there's all these other beautiful people out there with different bodies that help people through all this stuff, but unless you know where to go and how to find that, there's no door there to help you straight away, and that's what I worry about this kid. Did he try to get in touch with someone, and did they just shut him down and said, sorry, man, we can't help you? Was it as simple as that? Is that why he's not here? And you're 100% right. Where's the funding for this stuff? You know, we're losing more people to suicide than we are to the road toll. Look at the road toll. It's on the goddamn screen every day. You know, something about the road toll being said, nothing about suicide. And I know it sort of goes back to the old days of religion and stuff where it was a mortal sin to commit suicide. And I think maybe that helped people in the old days. You know, maybe that's why the figures weren't so prevalent. But were the figures not so prevalent because suicide was hidden from all of us? It wasn't to be spoken about. It was a sin.
Very taboo, yeah.
Mate.
So society's changed, mate. The information, it doesn't matter what you need to learn about or what you need to know. You just go to AI and the information's there straight away. It's there. So then it goes back to the school system, it goes back to the mental health system, it goes back to our politicians. Mate, the politicians don't give a shit about us. To us, we're a bunch of ants that go out and work. You know, we had a bit of an issue with a Baz return here the other day, and we've got awesome people in the background there that do our accounting and bookwork and stuff, and she did the right thing by me, and I didn't view the Baz, you know, from one of the businesses there, and she lodged it because she didn't want me to get a late return because she knew I was struggling. She knew I couldn't cope with the day-to-day stuff that I had to do in business. So she lodged the return, but the communication wasn't there between the bookkeeper and the accountant. She lodged it wrong. And, it was quite a few $100,000 that I had to come up with for this BAS. We'd slowed down in business for 12 months, mate. We were grieving. We were having a hard time. So I said, yeah, it'll be right, mate. I'll sort this out. Ring the tax department and say, the bookkeeper's accidentally lodged this without me signing. I viewed it. It's incorrect. We've actually got a return. We haven't got a debit. Sorry, mate, can't help you. Do you want a number for a solicitor? That's the response I got from the government.
From the tax office?
From the tax office.
You can lodge an amendment, you know that. They can. The accountant can lodge an amendment.
But we can't, mate, because it was in the previous tax season. So
okay.
it had already rolled over into the new season, so I couldn't amend it.
That's different.
So then it becomes complicated. And, so I said to this buddy tax guy, I said, mate, that means that we have to do all our forward planning for the next 12 months between companies and work out what we need to do. Can't you just, buddy, it was a mistake, tear it up, and I'll lodge the sorry, mate, can't help you. So death and taxes, man, that's the way the government treat us.
Promised.
Yeah, you're just an ant that goes to work and slaves for them. And the only reason I've ever gone to work for any single day in my entire life is because I enjoy buddy doing it. I've never gone to work for praise or respect for someone. I don't give a shit what people think of me. Never ever cared, ever. I do it because I love the job, because I want to be there, I get enjoyment from it. And then when that tax guy said that to me, I went, man, there's just no understanding at all. And there's none. So I don't know how we solve this, because the whole system it's flawed. And we're losing good Aussies every day. Look, imagine how much tax that kid would have paid in his time, because he was brilliant. He would have done more for this country than tenfold compared to what I've done. And I asked the guy for a little bit of respect to give me a hand, and he said no. Anyway, that's just a rant about that. I sort of get off track, mate. I'm sorry, but
that's not off track at all.
It's relevant. Very.
Isn't it sad that we refer to Mac as a number in the sense of how much tax? You put it perfectly. How much tax would he have created? Because if you put that to the government, they'll look at it as, yeah, you know what, Warwick's right. Like, we could have made some coin, but where's humanity gone? Why aren't we looking at Mac like a soul?
Yeah.
Like a young Aussie that's lost his life, right? And I say it again. Not once would I ever look at you guys and say, you've let him down. There's no way in fucking hell you've let him down. We have let him down as a society. And Warwick hit the nail on the head. How do we know who he tried to call? And it's funny you say it, because when Erin was up here, I've mentioned Lifeline, right? I've mentioned comments. I'm not making this up. It's random people that follow us that have reached out and said, we've reached out to this organisation and they've bagged the shit out of it.
Yep.
Isn't that an alarm bell? Because let me tell you, if my business cops a negative review and then it cops another one and there's 15 negative reviews, well, guess what? The next time you guys want to get a bathroom renovation and you see 10 bad reviews, what are you going to do? You're going to use me? Or are you going to say, mate, nah, it's a dodgy Lebo?
I'll say that now. No, I'm joking.
Fuck you.
No, you're right.
But true.
yeah, absolutely.
But why, when we got something to say about a government organisation, it's off with the crickets. Nothing gets done. You can't reprimand. You can't punish them. We just got to move on to the next.
Yeah. And it's like you said, it's a pandemic.
It is a pandemic.
Yeah.
Sorry, we shut down the country based on influenza cases. Now, before anyone comes at me, and if you watch our shit, every time I've mentioned COVID, I've said it, I copped COVID. It was real.
Yeah.
I copped it good. 21 days, I was fucking out with the lights, right?
Same.
I'm not here conspiracy theorying that there was nothing there. There was something there. But to the point where you shut down businesses, where businesses went bust, restaurants went bust, construction companies went bust,
Whole economy, Joey.
right?
Whole economy, bro.
But not only the whole economy, Bill, what about the mental health that
bro,
went
yeah.
on through that space?
100%. And
Yep.
one thing I can tell you, we chose not to get our kids vaccinated because, man, I had no idea what they were putting in your body, and I just did not agree with it at all. But the anguish and the torture these kids were put through in their school system because they weren't vaccinated, they weren't allowed to attend anything, they were discriminated against in the worst kind. And I still look back on those days and look at what Mac went through, not being included, not being allowed, you know.
That's a factor. They're big factors.
Oh, 100%. And
It's not just, they're massive.
it affected him to no end. It affected all our kids, you know.
Of course.
So the way they fought for COVID, like it was a lost long grandfather of theirs,
Yep.
imagine they put the same energy, the same resources, the silly money they were throwing at people, right? If they did the same for mental health, do you not think they would make some sort of change?
Oh, 100% it would. You know, you really need something to really come into this like a bloody full-on steam train and just give us a real big whack. You know, it has to change.
Has to change.
Like we said, society's changed. The way that your mental health is affected every day has changed. You no longer live in your small little part of the world. You're their entire world in one.
Is it because it's not a cash grab, you reckon, guys? Do you reckon because they can't monetize off it, they're not pushing towards it?
Absolutely. If I understand the loss of so many good people that would still be in this economy, we've got a government that's been voted in on 38% of the vote.
Yeah.
How does someone lead when only 38% of the population believe in them? And they're not leading. This is the problem. And they're not going to help us. They're not going to get stuff done. It's going to be guys like you out here that are going to push and push. And I don't like speaking in public, mate. This is, like I said, this is the first time I've spoken about this stuff since I left Mac.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I've spoken to the people that I've spoken to, like I said before, the people that I never expected to be able to talk to, and they've helped me. And I'm so thankful that they've been there. And I'm so thankful that I've had beautiful parents. Kylie's had beautiful parents. My parents have been through a hell. They've lost a son.
Yeah.
You know, I've lost a son. But it's the same old story. That we're just not being heard. And how do you change it? Because I know we can maybe change it one step at a time, but
Is there a member of parliament here you can talk to? Is there somebody here in the government or the council you can push forward, we can talk to, push to, and see what we can do? Will they even listen? Will they entertain the fact?
Look, if you want to make traction, mate, people like One Nation, I really think are going to be someone that's going to get in there and fight for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fucking, let me tell ya, I'm a massive fan of Pauline Hanson.
And so am I.
Massive fan. She's someone that gives a fuck.
Yep.
Cares about your Aussie. And
Yep.
this, I got a message for some of our followers from our area, from the area,
The one and only. No, I'm joking.
specifically Maryland's.
Shout out to the 60, baby.
I really want you to look into what Pauline says, right? Because a lot of the ethnic, WOG background, they hear Pauline Hanson, they think racist. But if you actually listen to what she says, if you come to this country and you conform to our way of life, she wants you.
Absolutely.
She's got nothing against you. But don't come here with your bullshit.
Yep.
That's all she's saying.
Absolutely. It's what happened in Bondi the other day. I don't know if this is off limits, but I said I'll be perfectly honest in what I feel. I've got a niece that lives right there on the beach.
Yeah.
A beautiful girl, married to a lovely guy there, and she was out west when that happened. And she couldn't go back for a few weeks, mate, and she said something to me that sort of struck a nerve with me. She said, where are all these muscle-bound junkies on the beach? They're all these Aussie dudes. They weren't in there trying to stop these guys. It was the bloody fruit and veg fella from across the road that went in there and risked it all, you know, like he's a true Aussie man. It's
true.
Yeah.
He's Australian, and that's what we want in Australia is like fair income Aussie values, and man, his values are way up there.
And what was it? He was Muslim.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying, mate. It doesn't
Australian,
matter.
Muslim, like crazy.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't
if-
matter what religion you are, you're Australian.
You're Australian, exactly.
And
that's-
we want you here.
It's exactly.
But you have a look at what these other flea dogs have done and snuck a heap of people into the country without even telling the population. Like we have to have referendums to decide stupid stuff. And they've taken the country as their own and just made their own rules, you know, like anyway, like
And
politics is shit. It's shit to talk about.
It is
It's
shit to talk about, but sorry, we do need to shine a light because it's these politicians that can make a change.
They can.
They can help the next generation,
Yep.
but they're not, right? Let's call it for what it is. They're bringing in the shit because it guarantees a vote
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
they're couple of $100,000 a year plus their perks, flying their family in and out of the country, right? It means more to them than what your family's gone through.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
We're not going to stop, right? I can guarantee you that. This isn't the last you've heard of us or seen of us. And I can promise you, and I can promise everyone that's listening and watching, this isn't the last you're going to hear of Mac Mitchell. I can guarantee you that. We're not too far off the BillyJoe Foundation. So it's going to be a charity organisation. And the reason why we wanted to start this charity, first off, it is to financially support families affected by suicide, because suicide is not obviously something that any family plans for.
Not at all.
So while you have to prepare a funeral or prepare a farewell, we want our foundation to be able to financially support families during that time. But more importantly, we want to pump money into reducing the 9 Aussies a day that we lose,
Yeah.
right? And our goal is 0 Aussies a day.
Perfect.
And I can promise you, and I make this promise to the people of Griffith, I make this promise to you, Kylie and Warwick, Mac's going to be a massive, massive part of the BillyJoe Foundation. I can promise you that. He's going to play a big part in our inaugural dinner, gala dinner.
Thank you.
And I can promise you that we'll bring a gala dinner to Griffith. To Parks. We're going to Parks for that one.
Yeah.
Parks.
We're not going to stop. Just because your son has lost his life, it doesn't mean he's lost his voice. Because I promise you, we will be his voice. We will make sure the country hears his voice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
We love you guys. We're so sorry for your loss. We're sorry you're going
Thank you.
through this. But I can promise you that we're with you moving forward every step of the way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, I'm actually worried about you guys. And I know some good people in Sydney, and we're going to be with you every step of the way, and we're going to make sure that we can do anything and everything to help you guys to continue to stay strong.
Thanks so much.
And hopefully this won't impact Millie, Essie, and Bobby as it's impacted others losing a sibling.
Yeah.
Let's just all concentrate on honouring his name and building the legacy that he started to build.
Yeah.
Billy.
Just back on the back of what Joey said, guys. I know how hard this is for you. Auntie Kay as well. Now, this is for you too.
Yeah.
Especially about, you said it yourself, you've never opened up about this. You've never spoken about this in a public forum. Just want to say how grateful both Joseph and myself are for both of you. Just for shedding light. Like Joey said, this is not the end. Anything you guys need that we can help, please, phone call away, message away. I can't fathom what you guys are going through. I actually can't. Like, I was even thinking about how do I ask these people what it feels like to lose a son. But I'm not even going to ask that because I don't think there's any word or anything you can actually mention to say how you guys really feel. I do want to say kudos to you guys, to both of you as well, because it takes real warriors to go through what you're going through.
Yeah. Like I said, just if it stops another person,
Well, it's a win.
yeah, it's a win.
It's a shame. It's coming. We had to lose something to gain something, but hats off, and I appreciate you being so raw as well, saying what you guys are going through, how you guys are dealing with it, and God bless you guys, and whatever you guys need, we're here.
Just a couple of things. Sorry that I've missed. Do you mind? We're good. You said something to me last night. When you lost Macca, people were coming at you with pamphlets.
The good old pamphlet.
What did those pamphlets do for you?
Nothing. Not a thing.
Can you explain what the pamphlets were?
Oh, they had good intentions.
Yep.
Yeah, on grieving.
Just not realistic? Not something for a family in that moment?
Who's going to read it, bro?
My brain wasn't wanting to sit and read. Yeah.
You needed compassion from a human, not from
Yeah.
a pamphlet. There you go, that'll fix you.
Yeah.
Yep.
The systems, look.
Who thinks of this stuff,
I'm
bro?
going to get myself in trouble. Something's broken. Something's broken and it needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed. Which leads me to... Sorry, and we're going to end this shortly, but there was a couple of points I did want to shine a light on. You didn't have a funeral for Macca.
No. No.
It was a farewell.
We had a farewell. Yeah. Mac was planning his 18th. He sent out invitations. He was meant to be having an 18th, not a funeral, not a... Yeah.
So it was nearly... It wasn't his 18th by any stretch of the imagination, but it was still a celebration.
And we wanted to do it how Macca would want to do it. Yep.
How did you do it?
No hearse. It was on the back of his ute.
Yeah, mate and myself went around to the old mate in the street there and picked him up.
Back
Put
of
him
the
on the
ute.
back of the ute.
Up at the footy ground. Yeah.
And then we had a few mates speak and...
All his mates were there and, yeah.
Yeah, all our family had something to say. Bobby made probably one of the most beautiful speeches that I've ever come across. I've still got it in my notes on my phone because he typed it up in the back of the car himself. Oh. We didn't censor anything the kids wanted to say that day, and it was just raw and beautiful. And then, that was it.
The true Macca spirit. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You've started the label.
Yeah.
Billy and I are repping the shirts.
Yep.
So yourself, Warwick's got a hat.
Yep. So it's how the fuck are you? Because that's what Mackie used to say.
How the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you?
Yeah, it couldn't just be how are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
How the fuck
What are
are
we doing,
ya?
Joey? What are we going to do with these shirts?
Why did you start?
Because I needed a reason, a purpose to get out of bed. I wanted Mac's name to to be out there. I don't want him to be forgotten. Yeah.
And we want people to talk about this and
Yep.
just by wearing a hat with that on, and people look at you and go, I wonder what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because man, so thank you so much for what you guys are doing with your foundation. But there's so many charities out there that the bloke running the charity is sitting on a super yacht in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Very true.
Where's the money going?
Where's it going? Well, it's pretty obvious where it's going.
We've fuck.
You know, that's, and in my eyes, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
know, it's not saving people.
yeah,
No.
we just don't want anyone to ever go through this. No one should have to feel like this.
Of course.
Because it's a ripple effect. Like those beautiful boys and
Yeah.
he's
Oh, it's affected a community.
It has.
And sorry, I'm going to call it for what it is. You can come after me because I don't own anything in my name. This has come from an accident.
Yep.
This is, look, it could be a number of things, right? But in essence, it started from an accident, one reckless decision, right? To do something stupid that's taken 2 lives,
Yep.
right? And just to make it clear to everyone, so to everyone watching, the kid that we shined the light on, Johansson. So there was a common denominator that connected Johansson and Macca, and that was Lockie.
Yeah, they were. Yep.
So Johansson was mates with Lockie. Macca was mates with Lockie. Lockie dies in this accident.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but it's not a coincidence that Macca and Johansson go pretty soon after at their own hands. And you have a guy that's responsible not only for killing 2 of his mates
And a mum and dad.
And a mum and dad.
and a mum and dad
Wow.
and the rest, and then those kids that were in the car, right? He's taken parents away from them. He's got the hide to walk around and say, I wasn't driving. Now, it is in the courts, allegedly wasn't driving. Things will get proven, right? Because you can't put one over the cops.
Nah.
If they can determine how fast a car was going
Oh, mate, they know.
by tyres
Yeah.
or lack of tyres,
Yeah.
marks on the road,
They know he's driving, brother.
they're going to know who's driving.
They know
And
who's driving.
I hope the book gets thrown at that scumbag. One incident. Before we go, I got to say it again. Whatever it is you're going through, it might feel like it's the end in that moment, but I can absolutely fucking promise you it is not. I don't care what it is. I'm sorry, my father passed away 6 months ago. There's days and nights where I can't get out of bed and I think I've lost my father, I've lost my mentor. He was my fucking everything. If I wanted to buy a nut and bolt from Bunnings, I would ring him and ask for his advice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm a 40-year-old man with grey hairs. That's how much this man meant to me. And there's times I sit in bed and I think, I can't fucking do this anymore. But then guess what? One of my girls will come in and crack me across the head. And then I'll look at him and I'll say, right, no, I can.
Yeah.
I can. I'm going to get over this. I'm going to move past my father's death. And I'm going to honor his legacy and what he built as a man himself.
Yep.
I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Guess what? I'm still here.
Absolutely.
You know, you're looking at a $200,000 tax bill.
That's not even
That's
a tax
that's
bill.
not a tax bill. It's not even yours. And I'm sorry, I can tell you now that's not going to faze you.
Nah, we'll deal with it.
You'll deal with it the way you said you would,
Yep.
right?
Not going to bring Macca back.
Not going to bring him back.
Not going to bring him back.
Perspective, guys, that's all I ask for from anyone that's watching. Perspective, just whatever it is you're going through, put it into perspective. There's people that give a fuck. There's people that care. I promise you, you're going through something, hit up our inbox and we will get back to you. We will be there and we will get through it together. Kylie Warwick, thank you so much
Thank you for having us.
for sharing your story, for sharing Mac. We've given you our word. This doesn't end here.
Yeah,
We're
thank you.
we're gonna go all the way with Mac. Make sure everyone knows about him.
Yeah.
To the lovely people of Griffith, thank you so much for joining the morning with us. Not possible without you guys. We really appreciate you. Again, thank you to Griffith Leagues Club. Thank you to It's Simple Finance. Thank you to Quantum Scaffolding and Pinpoint Electrical. Billy.
I think you pretty much said it all. Joey, guys, thank you very much once again. I just want to give a quick shout out to my family watching at home, my wife Sandy, Noah, Scarlett and Jerome, and a shout out to my mum. We almost lost my mum over Christmas. And yeah, so my mum's probably watching. So mum, I love you and glad to have you with us and make sure you're resting up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Guys, this is the end of season 1.
Yeah, Joey, are we having a break?
Not really, well, we're supposed to.
Supposed
Not
to, yeah,
really.
I know, but season 1 in the bank, baby.
In the bank. Thank you, guys. Billy, can you do that whole like, share, and...
Guys, please do not forget to like, subscribe to all our social platforms on Instagram, Spotify, and our YouTube at the BillyJoe Podcast. You'll see it coming up on the screen right about now. Oh, Dan, this is live, eh? We're not doing it. It's not coming up right now, is it? Oh, it's not. Sorry, it's a live episode, please. At the BillyJoe Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and our Instagram. Stay tuned to up to date to all our latest episodes. Our amazing guests. And guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys are having a great new year. And we'll see you on the next one, Joey.
See you then. Take care.
Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you.
It's the Billy Joe Podcast, where the truth gets told,